these race of people are very bad. Well, we're a lot better. Don't you see how our race is better, or our beliefs, us Republicans are better? Because look at what us Republicans do, or look at what us Democrats do. We're more educated, we're more compassionate. Whatever fucking belief or system or culture you have been brainwashed, you need to fucking evolve and grow and develop and start to see, you know what, these are old things that are holding you back into becoming the human being of today. Think of yourself as a human species as a whole, and don't think that, oh, I have to fucking have a child, I have to put someone in my bloodline in this, or I have an obligation to my race to make, like, let's say for me, I'm Latino, I have an obligation to my Latino heritage to make a Latino child so that in the future there's more Latinos. That is not human thinking. That is very narrow racist thinking. You gotta think of yourself as humanity as a whole. And if there's already children and people having children for the future, and I can't have children, or if I don't give any children, don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad that you cannot have children, because we are working towards the existence of humanity in the future. So let's say your neighbor has a fucking child. Instead of you being bitter about your neighbor having a fucking child, say, you know what, that child is the fucking future of humanity. So that child, even though I didn't fucking have a part in fucking creating that child, I could still have a part in that child, and history can go into that child. We could educate that child, show that kid, you know what, this is humans, and this is what needs to be learned, and this is good for humanity. And you're gonna live 100 years. You're gonna live to be about 90 to 100 years or around there. So you can give that information to that kid, educate that child, tell them, you know what, learn these things, learn and grow, and don't see yourself as a certain species or a race or a belief. Think of yourself as humanity as a whole. Keep that fucking child safe. Even though he is not your fucking child, he is a human species, and that human species has to live for another million. Human species has to live and dominate for another 2 million years. Now, if you're a human being and you do not want humanity to dominate for the next 1 or 2 million years, you need to look at yourself and start to see why you are so hateful towards yourself. This is not good for humanity, for you to feel that you hate humans, that you don't want humans to succeed, you want humans to die, you want them to suffer. That's not right, brother or sister, whoever you are. It's not good for you to feel that way. I don't know who screwed you up in life, but there's 7 billion people in the world, and we are all fucking brainwashed. We have all been brainwashed and manipulated, and we all developed core beliefs from our youth. We have witnessed life through our own eyes, and we have witnessed life alone. Even though we have parents. When my parents went to work, I was left with myself. And when they came back, I was there with my parents. Now when I went with my friend, I went with myself with my friend. Myself never left me. So we are usually left with ourselves. One thing we do not realize is that we live this world alone. Even if you have friends and family and boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband, wife, you actually do live this world and you die alone. My grandma died recently, which was horrible, because she Well, she died in the beginning of the coronavirus, but she did not die of coronavirus. She actually died of infection in her stomach. But when she was in the hospital, they barely regulated the thing where they barely started to implement in hospitals that you cannot visit patients. This was at the very beginning of this coronavirus pandemic, and this was the first time that they implemented it, and she was in the hospital by herself. I mean, she lived to be about 78 or so she had a long life, and it was only a certain amount of people could see her, and only a certain amount of people, we only had a certain amount of time to see her, and she had a very large family, and she was the mother of the family. And the thing that I noticed about that was the mother of the family is this basically like the queen, the grandmother. The grandmother is like the queen, right? She created the whole family, and we had generations there. We had my mother. It was my mother's mother, and it was my grandmother, and my aunts and uncles were her children. Well, all my cousins who were around my age, we were her grandchildren, and the children that we had were her great-grandchildren. So the death of a grandmother is a big thing, because you start to realize that a grandmother was the creator of all the people that are in the funeral, except for the spouses, right? And she had the part. Without her, I wouldn't have been created. I wouldn't have been born. My sisters, my uncles, my aunts. So it was pretty damn crazy. So yeah, my grandmother she basically had to die alone. And that's what I was trying to say, was that we live and we die alone, regardless of how many people are around us. We are the ones that end up dying alone. I don't care if your family is with you when you die, you are the one that's dying. And we're all gonna fucking die. So what we gotta understand is that us humans we need to really educate ourselves. We need to get off our stupid shit. We need to stop being addicted to so much shit. Come together and start thinking about the future of humanity, because we have the time and we have the tools and we have the manpower and we have the technology, we have the information, but we're fucking distracted by making money, which is a fucking big problem. And that's why we have stupid people acting stupid online so that they can be popular and make lots of money. Now that's not helping humanity at all. Acting a fucking fool online, dancing, being annoying, that does not help humanity. But it helps yourself if you get famous. But millions of people do that and they do not get famous, And that is a large opportunity cost for humanity that is lost, where we could work to make life better for every fucking person using technology, and stop being so fucking greedy. What do you need so much fucking money for? First, let's figure out, let's house humanity. Let's start sharing. Let's start creating things that are actually of value and of use, and start working as humanity as a whole. Stop thinking of yourself through your fucking divisions or beliefs, like Democratic or Republican or nonpartisan, whatever fucking belief you have, religion. Stop with those fucking beliefs. They're all stupid and dumb, and they're all created by humans, and they are only fucking holding you back, and they're only dividing you. Even this belief of let's work so that humanity could strive and succeed in the future, there would be an opposing fucking belief. Because I always say, when wisdom speaks, stupidity rebuttals. And this is fucking wisdom speaking, and there's gonna be fucking stupidity that rebuttals. And then there's gonna be fucking division again. They're gonna say, well, this guy that fucking said us humanity should work on fucking humanity, all of this shit, he's a fucking idiot. He don't know what he's talking about. He's probably fucking got hit in the head too many fucking times. Using whatever mind control, manipulation, and ridicule to get you on his side so that you can make him more fucking famous. Keep yourself a fucking slave, and humanity in 100 years a slave too. Let's fucking get educated. Stop fucking thinking about yourself only, and start mapping out shit for the fucking future. We could automate every single fucking job, and people do not need to fucking work. The capitalism has failed. Fucking economy, communism, all the fucking Marxism, every type of fucking economical system has failed and is fucking crumbling right now. Humanity is starting at fucking zero. Let's use this time, because we have the time, the manpower, and the energy to fucking create these automated machines. Stop fucking policing the shit out of people. Stop creating more fucking laws to capitalize on the fucking working class. Start fucking coming together as human fucking beings. Start managing the future of humanity in 100 years, so they're gonna say, you know what, these fucking millennials, these fucking Gen Zs, and the last remaining fucking baby boomers, they all got together in the year 2020 or 2021, whenever the fuck we get together, whenever they fucking send this shit. They fucking thought about someone else, humanity in the future humanity. They stopped being selfish. They stopped trying to fucking get themselves fucking up, which was bringing everybody down. They really fucking paved the way for us to live a great life in the future and assert dominance in the human species on the earth. And now, if we have a fucking, the last remnants of this 100 years is gonna be a Generation Zer. After all the fucking millennials die, baby boomers gonna be gone in about 10, 20 years. When all the fucking millennials are dead, and the last remnants of the Generation Z are there to hand the fucking keys to that fucking generation in 100 years, they're gonna remember all fucking three of our generations. They're gonna remember the boomers, the fucking millennials, and the Generation Zs came together and they fucking paved the way for humanity to stop being racist, stop being fucking political, stop being religious, stop being all this other shit. And for those people that are saying, oh, we are religious and this dude right here is like the Antichrist or the Dajjal or the fucking whatever, because that's what religion always trying to scare you into change. But I'm not Antichrist or anti Allah or anti any religion. I believe that religions have a lot of fucking importance in the world, but I am educated enough and I understand and I am honest enough with myself to see that, you know what, this shit was created for a reason, to control people, maybe to ease the pain of a painful life. But religion has become obsolete, and I'm sorry. If it's working for you, then good. Continue with your religion. Believe what you want to believe. But guess what? As humanity as a whole, it would hold us humanity down. Now, I would not tell people harm religious people, because they could be the most stubborn people in the world. But I'm going to tell people that are non-religious how to deal with a religious person. I used to be Protestant, and I believed in God and Jesus Christ, and I was well educated and well versed in the Holy Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. I even learned about the languages and all this other crap, and I deeply believed in God and all this stuff and religion, and I've had religious experiences. I've had visions, and I've had callings, and I've had dreams and all these things and prophecies and all this crap. So what I'm trying to tell you this here is